A lot of my students get confused and freak out when they see equations with fractions, but there is a strategy to get rid of them. Here's how. Number one, all you gotta do is identify the denominator in the equation. So the denominator is 2. Both of them are 2. And step 2, here's the technique, here's the trick. Just multiply each one of these terms. And there's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Multiply them by your denominator, by 2. If you do that and you simplify it, which is the third step, you will get rid of all your fractions and convert it to a problem that is easier to do. When you are simplifying this part, you can do the division first. This is just division right here. 2 divided by 2, which is 1, and then multiply it to 1. So that's going to turn into 1m. 2 times 2m is just 4m. 2 times 3 is 6. And again, when you come across this multiplication, divide first. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and then multiply. Times -3 is -3, and there's an m on there, m. Now you just convert it and rewrote it to a different problem that's going to give you the same answer, and all you got to do is solve it from there. 1m plus 4m combined like terms, that's 5m equals 6 minus 3m. This is just an equation with variables on both sides, so let's gather all the variables on the left, meaning I have to move this minus 3m by adding a 3m. So we're almost there. We got 8m equals 6 divided by 8, and you got your answer. Just because it's a fraction does not mean it's wrong. My answer is 6 over 8, but if I simplify that, it simplifies to 3/4. So what if you get an equation with 2 different denominators? The steps are very similar, but there's just one extra new step to it. So 1, identify the denominators. It's 3 and 6. When you get 2 different denominators, all you gotta do is multiply by their least common multiple. If you forgot what that meant, that just means if I count by 3s, 3, 6, 9, 12, and I count by 6s, 6, 12, 18, 24, you want to look for the least multiple that they have in common, which is 6. So that is the number that you're going to multiply to each term. And there's 3. This one, and this one. We're going to multiply all of those by 6. And if we do that and simplify, the fraction should disappear. 6 times 2 is 12. When you come up to this situation, again, divide first. 6 divided by 3 is 2 times 1x, which is going to get you 2x. And then same thing right here. 6 divided by 6 is 1 times 2, which is positive 2. We rewrote the equation into something that's a lot easier to solve because it doesn't have fractions, and then just solve it from there. 2-step equation, subtract 2. Now I got 10 equals 2x divided by 2. X equals 5. Here's the last scenario. What if you got a fraction next to a set of parentheses? So step 1, same thing, identify the denominator. It's a 2, so that's what I'm going to need to multiply. However, if you have a fraction next to parentheses, you don't have to multiply these 2 terms by 2 because this is going to get distributed anyways. You don't want to do it to all of them. You just want to do it to this part, to this 1/2, and this 10. So if a fraction is next to a set of parentheses, you do not need to multiply the terms in the inside. I'm going to just multiply this by 2 and this one by 2. Simplify and solve. So 2 times 10 is 20. When you got a number times a fraction, do the division first. 2 divided by 2 is 1 times 1, which is just 1. And then just rewrite whatever's left in the parentheses. Now simplify and solve once again. If you got 1 and you distribute that, you're going to get the same thing anyways. So that's just 4x plus 8 equals 20. Anything times 1 is itself. And now we got a simple two-step equation once again. Solve for x. Minus 8. 12 equals 4x divided by 4. X equals 3. I hope that strategy helped. There are a lot of uses for this strategy and a lot of other equations that you'll see in the future. But if that made sense, throw me a like, a subscribe. Until then, I will see you on the next episode. Peace.